Hey guys, I'm Greg Hardy and welcome to my channel. Nearly 2/3 of Americans report living paycheck to paycheck according to a recent Market Watch Guide survey. Also, 48% of people earning $100,000 or more annually and 36% earning $200,000 or more reported living paycheck to paycheck. Guys, that can be stressful. But the good news is that you have the power to reclaim your finances and regain financial independence. That's the goal of this video. So stick with it till the end, and I feel there's a good chance you'll be in a better place financially if you implement what we will go over. Living paycheck to paycheck means that someone relies entirely on their next paycheck to cover their living expenses. They don't have the extra money saved up. So if their paycheck is late or if they face an unexpected expense, they might struggle to pay for essentials like rent, food, and other bills. This situation leaves little room for savings or financial emergencies. In fact, 73.8% of millennials feel they are living paycheck to paycheck. Gen X was not far behind at 71.7%. 2/3 of Gen Zers admitted to living paycheck to paycheck, but baby boomers were the closest to being evenly split with only 54.5% spending most, if not all, of their paycheck each month. Have you ever heard of the term lifestyle creep or lifestyle inflation? That refers to an increase in spending on non-essential items as you begin to earn more money. Non-essential items are things like eating out, takeout coffees, entertainment, and shopping sprees. Another way of putting it is your spending creeps up to meet your income, and you view spending on non-essential items as a right rather than a choice. You know you're in that lifestyle if your income has gone up but your savings haven't. Ultimately, it's going to take a change in thinking and behavior to eliminate lifestyle creep. Don't get me wrong, buying nicer things isn't a problem, but mindless spending is. The problem is you're not telling your money where to go, and instead you're wondering where it all went. Schwab has a modern wealth survey for 2023 where it surveyed 1,000 adults between the ages of 21 to 75. On the financial planning side of things, 65% had no formal financial plan. That means that 650 people surveyed don't have a plan. On the barriers to financial planning, 44% said they don't have enough money to need a plan, and when asked about influences to their wealth, 61% of Gen Z and millennials said they want to be able to afford a similar lifestyle to that of their friends and family. Gen Z and millennials are also highly influenced by social media, with 55% of Gen Z and 46% of millennials said they will make purchases based on what they see their friends and influencers share on social media. Correlation between this survey and the stats shown earlier are eerily similar. So it poses the question, is it really an income problem or is it more of a spending problem? Especially when 2/3 of people are living paycheck to paycheck and have no financial plan in place. Another thing that doesn't help is the financial literacy skills in America are declining. 71% of adults in the US believe they have high financial literacy skills, but yet 6 out of 10 people live paycheck to paycheck. So there is a disconnect between how well people think they handle money and how well they actually handle money. Every time you get paid, you have a golden opportunity to take control of your financial future. Imagine knowing exactly what to do with your paycheck to ensure you're saving wisely, spending smartly, and investing in your dreams. In this video, I'll reveal the simple but powerful steps you can take right after payday to ensure that you're on the path to financial success. But before we get into all that, I ask that you hit that like button and also consider subscribing to this channel if you're wanting to grow your wealth. Plus, it will also allow this video to reach a wider audience and to help even more people. Now let's get started. This might seem obvious, but it's very important to make sure that you get paid for what you worked. Take a moment and verify that the amount is correct. Check for any discrepancies in hours worked or deductions taken. Say you worked overtime that week, you want to make sure that the time and a half is accounted for. Also, ensure that all benefits and taxes have been deducted properly. Making sure your paycheck is accurate also helps you to manage your finances better. When you know exactly how much money you have, you can budget more effectively and avoid any financial surprises. Always take a few minutes to review your paycheck each time you get paid to ensure that everything is correct. When you get paid, it's important to allocate funds for essential expenses. That's what the 4 walls represent. These are the priority items in your budget. The items are food, utilities, shelter, and transportation. Now the food portion is groceries and meal planning. It does not involve eating out at restaurants and fast food places. By prioritizing the 4 walls first, You'll know that your family is fed, your lights will be on, and you'll have running water, a roof over your heads, and gas in the tank to get to work. By doing this, you'll get to the end of the month in a much better position as opposed to getting to the end of the month and realizing that you don't have enough money to cover your necessities. Ever hear of that saying, if you fail to plan, then plan to fail? That saying holds especially true for money. When you don't have a plan for the extra money you have, then odds are it's going to get spent. Determine what your financial goals are. Decide on a budget and then stick to it. Start by laying out all expenses, essentials and non-essentials. These include things like rent or mortgage, utilities, groceries, and transportation. These are the basic costs you need to cover to live comfortably and maintain your daily routine. By setting aside money for these expenses first, you ensure that your basic needs are met before spending on other things. Start by taking an average of your last 3 months. I know this will take time, but trust me. After doing this, you'll have a much better understanding on where your money is going. To help manage these essential expenses, use a budgeting app or even a simple spreadsheet in Excel. These tools can help you track how much you're spending on each category. They make it easier to see where your money is going and where you might need to cut back. Keeping track of your expenses helps you stay within your budget and avoid overspending, making sure you have enough money for the things you really need. It's easy to get caught up in buying things that we don't need with the money that we don't have to impress the people that we don't even know. The average monthly expenses for American households totaled $6,081 according to the most recent Consumer Expenditure Survey from the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics. Housing is the largest average cost at $2,025 per month, making up 33% of typical spending. Transportation costs account for $1,025 per month, largely due to the intermittent nature of these expenses, but also include maintenance and repairs, fuel, insurance, along with payments, whether that's from a purchase or a lease. Americans spend an average of $779 on food per month, with almost 2/3 being spent on groceries at $475 and the rest on eating out at $303. According to the USDA, between groceries and restaurants, Americans are spending more of their income on food than they have in the past 30 years. That data shows that U.S. consumers spent more than 11% of their disposable income on eating, whether that's at home or in a restaurant, in 2022, the highest percentage since 1991. By the end of 2023, though, consumers were paying nearly 20% more for the same basket of groceries as they were in 2021. The reason I gave you these statistics is so that you can understand the importance of tracking your spending. Are you spending more or less than these average numbers? When you get paid, it's important to set aside some money for savings. Pay yourself first by putting a portion of your income into a savings account. Aim to save at least 15% of your income. Now this might seem challenging, but it's all about making small, consistent efforts. Make it a goal to raise the amount you're saving 1% a year till you hit that 15% goal. According to the Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis, the personal savings rate in the U.S. was just 3.2% as of March 2024. This refers to the average percentage of income Americans set aside for their savings. Saving money helps you prepare for the future and reach your financial goals faster. To make saving easier, automate this transfer if you can. This means setting up an automatic transfer from your main account into your savings account every time that you get paid. This way, you don't have to remember to do it yourself, and your savings will grow consistently. Automating your savings ensures that you are always putting money aside, helping you build a strong financial foundation. By paying yourself first, it also forces you to be more frugal with the money that you have left. When you get paid, it's important to allocate some money to pay off your debt. Focus on high interest debts first, like credit cards. High interest debt can grow quickly and become hard to manage, so it's good to pay it down as soon as possible. By paying off this debt, you can save money on interest, reduce your financial stress, and also free up more money to save and invest. Living with debt is one of the biggest things keeping you in that paycheck to paycheck cycle. The payments you're making to Visa, MasterCard, and American Express steal your income, and instead of paying yourself, you're giving your hard-earned money to credit cards. Some credit cards have interest rates over 20%. To put that in perspective, imagine a credit card with a $2,000 balance at 20% interest. If you make a $100 payment each month, it'll take you 25 months to pay off and a whopping $453.01 in interest. That's a $453.01 penalty for using that card. Credit cards should only be used as a medium of exchange and nothing more. If you find yourself constantly using them as a financial crutch, then my advice to you is to switch to a debit card. A debit card is linked to your banking account, and that will prevent you from overspending. You'll be more intentional with your spending because a debit card is like cash. There are two popular methods to help you pay off debt: the debt snowball method and the debt avalanche method. The debt snowball method means that you're paying off your smallest debts first, which gives you those quick wins and motivation. The debt avalanche method means that you're paying off debts with the highest interest rates first, which can save you more money in the long run. It's important to build an emergency fund to help you in times of unexpected expenses. You should contribute to this fund until it has enough money to cover 3 to 6 months worth of your living expenses. This means having money set aside for things like rent, groceries, and bills in case you lose your job or have a sudden expense like a car repair. Nearly half of all Americans have less than $500 in savings. By limiting all the unnecessary spending, you can focus on savings. Instead of eating out, take that money and put it into a savings account earmarked for your emergency fund. $15 here, $25 there. It'll add up faster than you think. I've mentioned this in several of my videos, but your emergency fund is not to be touched, ever, unless there is a real emergency. I'm talking about a job loss, car trouble, medical care, things of that nature. Think of the comfort you'll feel when you have a fully funded emergency account to cover those unexpected expenses, instead of relying on high-interest credit cards. Once you have established an emergency fund and given yourself a huge financial cushion, doesn't mean it's time to take your foot off that financial gas pedal. You have made great strides, but it can be given back a lot faster than it was made by making one mistake. This fund is your safety net for unexpected costs, like medical bills or car repairs. Automate your savings so that a portion of your paycheck goes directly into a savings account. Out of sight, out of mind, and into savings. Make sure your emergency fund is also easily accessible. A high-yield savings account is a good choice because it provides a higher interest rate than a regular savings account while keeping your money easily accessible. Money market accounts and certificates of deposits, also known as CDs, are other options that can offer better returns, though CDs require you to lock in your money for a set period. Building a habit of saving also instills financial discipline and promotes long-term financial stability. Once your emergency fund is full, begin by investing in low-cost index funds or ETFs, which offer diversification and lower your risk compared to individual stocks. If your employer offers a 401k with matching contributions, make sure to take full advantage of it. It's essentially free money. A 401k is often offered by employers and may include matching contributions, usually in that 3 to 6% range, which is free money for your retirement. A Roth IRA is an individual retirement account where your money grows tax-free and you can withdraw tax-free in retirement. Both accounts help you save for the long term and take advantage of tax benefits. I have videos on both of these that go into much more detail than I will go into here, but I'll link them in the description for you to watch after this one. Besides retirement accounts, consider other investment options based on your risk tolerance and your financial goals. You can invest in mutual funds, ETFs, stocks, or bonds through a taxable brokerage account. Mutual funds and ETFs are like investing in a basket of stocks, which can reduce your risks over buying individual stocks. Investing in individual stocks gives you the chance to own shares of companies and potentially earn higher returns, though it is riskier. Bonds are loans to companies or governments that pay you interest over time. By diversifying your investments, you can balance the potential risks and rewards to build a much stronger financial future. Investing is important because it helps your money to grow over time, allowing you to build wealth and reach your financial goals. Unlike saving, which involves keeping money in low-risk accounts with small returns, investing means buying assets like stocks, bonds, or real estate that can increase in value over time. This growth is due to compounding, where you earn returns on both your initial investment and the earnings it generates. Investing helps you stay ahead of inflation, which reduces the value of money over time, ensuring you have more financial security in the future. When deciding what to invest in, it's good to have a mix of different types of investments to spread out your risk. Stocks can grow a lot but can also be risky. Bonds are more stable but usually offer lower returns. Real estate can provide both income and increase in value. Mutual funds and ETFs are great because they include a variety of investments helping you to diversify. Consider your risk tolerance and how long you plan to invest. For example, if you're young and saving for retirement, you might invest more in stocks. If you're closer to retirement, you might invest more in bonds to keep your money safe. Being disciplined in investing is very important for long-term success. This means following a clear investment plan and not making hasty decisions based on short-term market changes. Regularly adding money to your investments, no matter how the market is doing, is key. You can do this by setting up automatic contributions to retirement accounts or investment accounts. Discipline also means checking your investments occasionally to make sure that they still match your goals and risk level, but not reacting to every market dip or rise. Staying informed about your investments also helps you stay disciplined. Knowing about market trends and the basics of your investments can help you make better decisions and avoid panic during downturns. Patience is crucial too. Investing often takes years or even decades to pay off fully. By sticking to your investment plan and staying disciplined, you can steadily build wealth and achieve your financial goals. Planning for upcoming expenses is very important too. You should anticipate and set aside money for irregular expenses like car maintenance, medical bills, or annual subscriptions. These costs may not come up every month, but they can be significant when they do. Remember, Christmas and birthdays come the same time every year, so by setting aside money for them regularly, you can be better prepared for when they arise. This planning helps you avoid the need to dip into your savings or incur debt. When you have money ready for these expenses, you don't have to worry about how you're going to pay for them. This keeps your savings intact and prevents you from having to use credit cards or loans, which can lead to even more debt. By being proactive and setting aside funds for these costs, you can maintain financial stability and peace of mind. Making big purchases too soon can really stall out any progress in getting out of that paycheck to paycheck cycle. Many people feel like they need to rush big purchases to impress society, like getting a new car or a bigger house. Don't let other people's opinions determine your purchasing decisions. Also, try giving yourself 24 hours before making any impulse purchases. This isn't for stuff that you would routinely buy like groceries or gas, but for stuff that you don't need, like the latest gadgets, that article of clothing that's on sale, or a nice piece of furniture. By doing this, you may come to realize that the item in question isn't as important to you as you thought it was, and prevent you from experiencing buyer's remorse later. Automating your finances is a great way to stay on top of your money without much effort. You can set up automatic transfers to move a portion of your paycheck directly into your savings account. You can also automate bill payments so you never miss a due date and avoid late fees. Another benefit of automating your finances is that it helps you stick to your budget. By setting up automatic payments for essential expenses like your rent, utilities, or transportation, you ensure those bills are always paid first. This way, you can better manage the money you have left over for other spending or investing. Automating your finances reduces the stress of managing money and helps give you more stability with your finances. Having a routine when you get paid is really important. It helps you control where your money goes. When you know what to do with your paycheck, like saving some and paying bills, it keeps your finances organized and provides structure. This way, you can make sure you're using your money wisely and reaching your financial goals, whether it's saving for emergencies or planning for the future. By telling your money where to go, it ensures that you are intentional about your spending and saving decisions. Instead of letting money slip away on unplanned expenses, you're allocating funds purposefully towards necessities, savings, and goals. This practice promotes financial discipline and accountability, helping you stay on track towards achieving financial stability and your long-term financial success. It's important to review and adjust your budget regularly. Start by evaluating your spending from the previous pay period. Look at where your money went and see if you stayed within your budget. This helps you understand your spending habits and can help you identify any areas where you might be overspending. Once you have a clear picture of your spending, make any necessary adjustments to your budget. If you spent too much in one category, you might need to cut back in another area or find ways to save more. Adjusting your budget regularly ensures that you're staying on track and meeting your financial goals. Regularly reviewing and tweaking your budget will give you more consistency in managing your finances. This is the time to talk about all those unnecessary purchases, like eating out and that to-go coffee every morning. Choosing to spend less isn't about giving up, it's about gaining more in the long run. By being more intentional with your spending, you'll have a better peace of mind and a larger bank account. We live in a materialistic world where people try to one-up the next person that they don't even know. This is the moment in your life where you say, enough is enough. I'm not wasting another dime. I'm not going to keep using these credit cards to rack up more debt. In order to stop living paycheck to paycheck, you have to start living within your means. Remember, income doesn't make you wealthy, but how you manage it does. Have you seen the articles and heard about how lottery winners and sports athletes end up broke? They have millions and millions of dollars, but with no money management skills, it's gone before they know it. That doesn't have to happen to you. We just covered avoiding impulse purchases, but that's different than reducing expenses. When I say reduce expenses, I'm talking about getting rid of some of the extra subscription streaming services you have, or trying to reduce your grocery bill by $15 to $20. Maybe that's using less water in your home or turning off lights when you leave a room. Any expense that you can reduce, do it. By avoiding impulse purchases and reducing your spending, you should start to see some extra money in your checking account. Now let's do something useful with it. You have to put your foot down and commit to changing the habits and behaviors in order to break this cycle. Instant gratification is ingrained in our society. In this day and age, we can get almost anything with just a click of a button. You're watching this video for a reason. Why is that? What's the real reason? Are you tired of not having enough money to take a vacation? Is it to learn how to save money so you don't have to work through your retirement years? Is it to have more time to spend with your family and friends? Whatever that why is, take time to sit down and reflect on it. Decisions are clearer when you have a why. Ultimately, you have to start by saving more and spending less. You need to have a written monthly budget and stick to it. Track your spending every month and start saving the excess. This takes discipline and a shift in habits, but it can be done. Knowing why you're wanting to change and break this cycle is just as important as the change itself. Additionally, savings allows you to plan for future expenses, such as buying a home, funding education, or taking a family vacation, without accumulating debt. Building a habit of saving also instills financial discipline and promotes long-term financial stability. When deciding where to put your savings, consider options that offer safety and liquidity. Strengthening your finances involves creating a solid savings foundation and adopting disciplined financial habits. To start, set both immediate and long-term savings goals. Begin by saving a small percentage of your income, even if it's just 1% more than you currently are, with the aim of eventually saving at least 15% of your income over time. Create a budget to track your spending and understand where your money is going. Identify non-essential expenses that can be reduced or eliminated and redirect these savings to your emergency fund or long-term savings. Consider boosting your income through part-time work, freelance opportunities, or by investing in education or training to increase your earning potential. Review your progress monthly to ensure you're on track with your savings goals and adjust as needed. Allocate a portion of any raises or bonuses to your savings. Educate yourself on personal finance by taking courses, reading books, or attending workshops to improve your financial knowledge and decision making. Begin saving now with whatever amount you can manage. Celebrate milestones to stay motivated, and remain flexible to adjust your savings plan as your life circumstances change. By making consistent efforts and following these steps, you can build a strong financial foundation and achieve greater financial security. If you want to learn more about growing your wealth, then check out this video right here. But before you do that, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you all so much for watching. I really hope you liked this video and that you got something out of it. I'll see you in the next one.